India Economic Summit, Sustaining the Dream Run, on 5th December in New Delhi.
राजस्थान की महिलाएं कांग्रेस सरकार को बर्दाश्त करने को तैयार नहीं है।
केसीआर ने पूरे देश में एक ही राज्य ऐसा है जहां रिलीजियस रिजर्वेशन दिया जाता है जो संविधान सम्मत नहीं है।
प्रधानमंत्री जी पैसा भेजते हैं, वह पैसा धरती पर यहाँ तेलंगाना में केसीआर की भ्रष्टाचारी सरकार नहीं लगाती।
From satellites to semiconductors, India is on an economic growth highway. Join us at the India Economic Summit, Sustaining the Dream Run, on 5th December in New Delhi.
Hello and a very good evening. We've been talking a lot about elections and we'll continue to shine our spotlight on the elections. Remember, you have seen elections in 4 states that have concluded, whether that is Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Mizoram. And you have another election that's touted to be a big one. It's in the south of the country. The state is the youngest state in the country. It's Telangana. But the battle there, ladies and gentlemen, is between not just the BJP and the Congress, like it is in much of the Hindi heartland, but there is a third regional force, the BRS, that was once called the TRS. And there are a lot of surveys that indicate that there could be a huge change. Would that happen or not? No one knows. But remember, the next weekend that you and I will be meeting along with the entire team led by Arnab, we'll also have the results. The 3rd of December is where you will have the results for these elections. So what's going to be the big message, not just from all these elections, but specifically we'll put our focus on the Telangana elections. The Prime Minister has been campaigning. So as the Union Home Minister Amit Shah, there are big interviews of KCR, KTR, everyone saying we are winning these elections. So who really has the edge and what should be the big message from these elections? We have a fascinating team that joins us in just a moment who have covered the length and breadth of the state, political parties, all right now neck deep in this campaigning, and that's going to be the weekend debate. The Telangana election face-off, who really has the edge? The AIMIM, interestingly, remember, could also be a factor in these elections, and we will also talk about that party in just a moment. First up, the headlines we are tracking for you tonight.
उत्तर प्रदेश के चीफ मिनिस्टर आए, हमेशा पेटेंट डायलॉग है इसका, याद है कि हम नाम बदल देंगे। अरे भाई, यह नाम नहीं बदल सकते। यहाँ पे यहाँ पे नाम नहीं बदल सकते, आपका ख्वाब ख्वाब ही रहेगा।
It's a mega election face-off in Telangana as Yogi Adityanath again brings back the Bhagyanagar renaming pitch. The Owaisi and his party now hits out at the BJP.
तेलंगाना में बीजेपी की सरकार बन रही है। घर घर जाएंगे, कमल खिलाएंगे, भाजपा जिताएंगे।
With just 4 days to go now for polling, parties putting their best foot forward. Power Pack campaigning already underway in the southern state of Telangana. The INDA alliance continues the Panoti campaign. Now a TMC leader says Tejas might just crash since the Prime Minister has taken a sortie.
Today is Constitution Day, but even though it is a national occasion, it is a Rashtriya occasion. Congress can't stop playing small and petty Rajniti over it.
The Congress alleging Constitution is being bulldozed by the Modi government. The BJP is asking, what about the emergency? "15 meters of the vertical drilling work is completed. Rescue operations continue on war footing in Uttarakhand. And 15 years since the devastating 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks, the nation pays tribute, the Prime Minister says, can never ever forget this day. So, ladies and gentlemen, there is a reason why we here at Republic believe that the election results in Telangana possibly could be the most significant results. Now, you must be wondering how. It's a small state, relatively new state, and this is a state where the BJP really is not a player. But then, look at the other players in the entire battle here. You have the BJP, you have the Congress, and then you also have the BRS. That was once the TRS. Then you also have parties like the AIMIM. Now, largely the elections that we have seen in the states of Mizoram, in the state of Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, especially the Hindi heartland state, remember, have a direct BJP versus a Congress battle. And like in 2018, you had the Congress sweeping a majority of these states but then losing in 2019. What happens in case the Congress wins the elections in Telangana that will be held on the 30th? It wins a state, that is a truth. But then, could the entire opposition politics, the INDA alliance, the fulcrum of the opposition parties, could that also just change? Possibly yes. Because Telangana, remember, is the only state that has a triangular contest, like I just told you, about the BJP, the Congress and the BRS. The BRS, led by KCR, that is K. Chandrasekhar Rao, has been ruling the state for a good 2 terms. He's fighting for a 3rd term. And in case the Congress is able to win the state, it will be for the very, very first time that it could defeat a regional party. But then, what is the role of the BJP? Perhaps that's a question that will come to your mind. Now, of late, you've seen a lot of skirmishes, a lot of innuendos, a lot of allegations. The Congress says the BJP is the B team of the BRS. They even say the AIMIM, led by Assaduddin Owaisi, is the B team for the BRS. The Prime Minister, who's been on the campaign trail, has hit out at KCR. He's also said that both the BJP, the BRS and the Congress in the state, the BJP says, are 2 sides of the same coin. But there are a lot of factors in Telangana. Remember, the story is fascinating. It has multiple layers because not just you have KCR and the Prime Minister making a huge revelation, if I can say that. He said that KCR came to me, he wanted to be a part of the NDA. BRS, remember, till now has not chosen sides. It hasn't gone with the Congress-led INDA alliance or with the BJP-led NDA. So KCR has national ambitions. He's looking at another national role. But that could happen only and only if his party wins the state of Telangana. So in case the BRS wins and not the Congress, could we also have a third front? Then you will have parties like the Samajwadi Party, like Nitish Kumar's led JDU, because all of them have also been very uneasy right now working with the Congress. And that is why we say that this election possibly could have the most significant result. And before I let you dip into the primer and understand the entire story, remember the thumb rule of politics says that in a triangular contest, if there is a single party, a regional party that wants to win elections, it really needs to divide the anti-incumbency vote. And this is the role of the BJP. The BJP once very, very popular in Telangana, but over the last few months, there has been a dip in its fortunes, is how the story has panned out. Is that for true? Could the BJP still spring a surprise? What could the Congress do? And will KCR be able to retain his only and only bastion? Let's play out the entire story before we get in all our panelists.
The battleground is ready. Campaigning is in the final phase. And the election warriors are giving it all. BJP is back with the Bhaginagar pitch, and AIMIM and BRS are furious about it.
कांग्रेस ने तो यहाँ इसको हैदराबाद बनाया, हम तो इसको भाग्यनगर बनाने के लिए भाग्य को बदलने के लिए भाग्य लक्ष्मी का मंदिर यहाँ पर है, उनके नाम पर फिर से भाग्यनगर बनेगा। इस बीच से आपके पास आए हैं।
आज हम ये भी देख रहे हैं कि बीजेपी के उत्तर प्रदेश के चीफ मिनिस्टर आए, हमेशा पेटेंट डायलॉग है इसका। हम बोलते हैदराबाद में खट्टे डायलॉग है, मियां खादर खां के कुछ आता ही नहीं उसको, याद है कि हम नाम बदल देंगे। अरे भाई, यह नाम नहीं बदल सकते, यहाँ पे नाम नहीं बदल सकते। आपका ख्वाब ख्वाब ही रहेगा इंशाअल्लाह ताला।
Yogi ji also has renamed himself. I think he should focus more on Uttar Pradesh and less on other things.
BJP has also promised to scrap Muslim quota.
कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी की गवर्नमेंट तेलंगाना में लेकर के आ पाएंगे, ये मुस्लिम आरक्षण समाप्त होगा और ये आरक्षण का लाभ यहाँ के एससी, एसटी, ओबीसी और यहाँ के गरीबों को प्राप्त होगा। मुस्लिम आरक्षण संविधान विरोधी है, किसी भी स्थिति में इसको लागू नहीं होने देना चाहिए।
As BJP looks to establish itself, the top leadership is leading the campaign. Each party is accusing each other of some secret understanding with the another.
That the cheated people of Telangana are going to give a befitting reply to both the parties, who are the two sides of the same coin. Both are corrupt. Both are known for their maladministration, and both are known for nepotism.
Congress party has double standards. When their own people are raided, or when their own people are put under false cases by Modi government, they say we are innocent. But if Modi government is targeting anybody like me, my family, our MLAs, our MPs, etc., then they say we are in a friendly alliance. How is that possible? So their statements are contradiction to each other.
We know who is what. How Assuddin Owaisi working indirectly for Narendra Modi and BJP, and BRS, how they have supported all bills in Lok Sabha as well in Rajya Sabha. So Triple Talaq, 370 article, Citizen Amendment Act, President election, Vice President election, all these years they have supported like anything to BJP.
From Muslim reservation to Bhagyanagar to corruption, the issues are many. But what will resonate with the voters? The writing on the wall will be clear on December 3rd. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
So will there be a message for 2024? I think yes. Either ways, if the BRS wins these elections, if the Congress win these elections, if there is a hung assembly, I think there's got to be something for everyone, and that's the reason why we believe that this is the most significant election. We have Karuna Gopal, who's a political analyst. She leans towards the BJP with us. Kartike Batra is a visiting fellow at C-Voter. He's joining us from the US at this point. Also good to have Shyam Prasad Mekaji, he's leader of the Congress. He's been very busy in the entire campaigning, and he tells me that Congress jeet rahi hai. The Congress is winning the state of Telangana hands down. Revula Reddy, spokesperson of the BRS. And Mr. Reddy, I don't know why you're looking low, you're looking tired, or it is just the exhaustion of the campaign catching up, because the BRS is very, very confident. They say nothing doing, KCR all the way. And then KCR will move to the big national scene. So how will that happen? There is already Mr. Revula Reddy wants to speak up. I'm just coming to you, sir, in a moment. Anurag Bhadoria is the national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. There has been no love lost between the Congress and the SP. So Anurag, it will be interesting to see whether you really would support a Congress victory in Telangana, या आप ये चाहेंगे कि BRS जीत जाए, Congress हार जाए, बाद में अपनी डील उनसे फिक्स करेंगे. So interesting hoga to hear what Anurag also has to say. We also have Sajjan Kumar Singh, who's appearing on the show for the first time, along with Vijay Groverji. They're both senior political analysts, and they have their ears on the ground. And they also tell us that the battle this time is going to be very, very fascinating. So let me take the first question to Karuna, who leans towards the BJP here. You know, Karuna, I was looking at the data of 2018.
Let me clarify.
Mr. Reddy.
Now
Okay, he wants to say something. Mr. Reddy.
Deepthi, you were saying I was looking tired and
I can't hear. Yeah.
Hello. I am the election in charge of...
Karuna, I'm just going to come to you. I think Revula wants to go in first. He wants to have the first mover advantage already here. Yes, Mr. Reddy, all yours.
So there is nothing for me to worry.
That helps.
And we are confident. And for the third time consecutively, Sri KCR is going to be the Chief Minister of Telangana State, and we are going to form the government. I can never be tired. Okay, we are BRS force, and we are a strong force on the ground in the people. And I am the election in charge for Uppal Assembly constituency. We are going to win this assembly constituency hands down. So there is nothing for me to be tired or exhausted or something. We are completely upbeat and completely geared up for a third win. And people are with us. Many of these analysts or critics or whomever you call them as, and they actually not understood the psyche of Telangana people and the mood of the Telangana people. We're going to win this contest, and the hype of Congress party, whatever they have created in the past 10-15 days, and that will be what they are actually on the ground will be shown on 3rd by 11 o'clock. I already have told you many times on your platform, BJP is making inroads into Telangana. They are growing. They're going to do great and all that. I told you many times that the balloon will be blasted. Very soon, many of their National Executive Committee members in Telangana have switched over to other parties. Now they are nothing. Today, the Congress situation is the same.
Okay.
All these fake guarantees, fake promises, political tourists from Delhi, Karnataka are not going to give any results to Telangana Congress. You will see, again, the BRS wave on 3rd in the morning by 11. You will see a clear result, and we are going to form the government.
Okay. Interesting. So, Revula Reddy is not wanting to give any space to the Congress or to the BJP on the show here. But, there is an interesting fact, Mr. Reddy, that the problem for the BRS is a slide in the BJP's projected vote share already. And the rise in the Congresses. Isn't that the truth? Because it would actually suit KCR to see a triangular contest in the state. And the BJP will be obviously fighting this to the end, but its momentum in the south appears to have been stalled. Karuna, I was wanting to ask you this. A lot of people say you are the B team of the BRS. Mr. Reddy, if you will take all the limelight, my other speakers will complain. So let's take an opening comment from everyone, and then I'm going to come back to you. Karuna, in 2018, the top 10 seats.
Please.
Okay, 10 seconds.
Yeah, even in 2018,
Mr. Reddy, 10 seconds.
Said the same.
No,
Prime
please.
Minister Modi has come
Can
for
I
7
speak?
times.
Will you ask him to?
Prime Minister Modi
you
came
know,
for 7 times. Amit Shah came for 12 times. All these leaders, right from Nadda to Goyal, everybody has come, but they got only 1 seat, number 1. Number 2, Congress and their leaders said the same thing. They are going to form the government in 18 also. Now, after 3rd, they will say 28, they are going to form the government. So the thing is very, very clear. All this hype is a hype, what they have created. And my friend from Congress is actually, you said BJP's vote share is going down, Congress is going up and all that. However, whatever is the case, we are very much standard in our share of votes, and we know what exactly is happening on the ground. We are from Telangana, and people of Telangana are with us. And we are going to form the government. I'm repeating my statement.
Okay. Okay, it's for the very first time that I've seen a very aggressive Revula Reddy. Mr. Mecca, you need to be aware, because he usually is very patient. He waits for his turn. But this time, he's not letting either the BJP or the Congress speak up. So, I mean, if that is, Mr. Mecca, a sign of things to come, you never know. I think may the best team win. It's interesting times, Kartike. Karuna, this quick question that I've been wanting to ask you. See, in 2018, the top 10 seats that the BJP got maximum votes on, the BRS wins, not the Congress. So is there some merit in the argument that is being made that the BRS wins most when the victory margin is lesser than the BJP vote share? It's disadvantage Congress. But because the BJP this time is sliding, there are reasons for the BRS also to worry. Are you the B team of the BRS, Karuna?
It's ridiculous to believe that BJP can ever be a B team of any regional party, or for that matter, even a national party. And to believe that just because someone hogs the limelight and speaks incessantly, it doesn't mean that they are winning. It is their style of showing that, they are winning, but the results will be, they might actually surprise them. See, if you want me to put everything in perspective, fundamentally look at Telangana. BRS came with a hype, they spoke in hyperboles, and then kind of lasted for 2 terms. I think people are vexed with them for the simple reason that they came promising 3 things about: one is funds, the other is jobs, and the other is water. In all the 3 things, they failed miserably. Everybody knows that. Look at the paper leaks, look at what happened to the students, look at the aspirants of civil services. They are cursing them like anything. And look at the state today. It's mired in debt, 4 lakh crores, and BRS is confident it's going to come back to power. Absolutely ridiculous. And to keep Asaduddin Owaisi, comfortable by announcing, IT park for Muslims. See, these are all things that won't help the party, because fundamentally the party has not performed. The government has not performed, and people are vexed. Now, second alternative that Congress might believe that it can capitalize on the anti-incumbency, number 1, and also their win in Karnataka. But as you know, the win in Karnataka is just gone into nothingness now, for the simple reason that soon after they won, D.K. Shivkumar comes and says we cannot implement some of the schemes because they don't have the money. Siddaramaiah as much says it like 2 days ago. Now this, everybody knows it's about the credibility of the party. So Congress also has no credibility, in fact, to present something to you. There are a whole bunch of farmers who are so disillusioned with the Congress government that they came into our state and they're campaigning against Congress, saying that don't take their lies and fake promises, because it's all fake promises. And look at even the manifesto of BRS. They say bharosa.
You sidestepped my question, but okay. I mean, you can make your opening comments. But tell me one little thing before I get Mr. Mecca and Anurag Bhadoria, and then our political analyst.
They're already said.
In all this conversation, Karuna, I'm a little stunned. You haven't spoken about K. Kavita. You haven't spoken about the Delhi liquor case. There was a moment when the BJP was so belligerent against KCR about corruption against him, and everyone thought that perhaps Kavita is going to be arrested, but you went slow. Bandi Sanjay, your OBC leader from the state, is removed. And there are reports that said that, because he was getting under the skin of KCR, so you got a more pliable Mr. G. Kishan Reddy there. How would you defend all this?
Okay. So I think you're also getting swayed by what people, speak. So there's no truth in this.
I don't have to
First
be
of all,
swayed,
forget about
Karuna. I am not a player. I'm not a voter. I'm not a voter. I'm not a part of a political party. But these are questions. These are questions that will merit an answer.
No, when you say, okay. So first question. When you talk about Bandi Sanjay, who got under the skin of TRS, has been removed, I think this is completely a hogwash. See, I think a lot of debates have gone on the subject, and everybody now today understands that there's a reason why he had to the party had to look at different leadership. There are some internal dynamics, and what works for the party at the point in time has been looked at. So it is completely restricted to the party. People can surmise anything. People can come to their own conclusions, because you have given us enough reasons to laugh. My colleague from Congress, we are still laughing, but I'm saying we have our own reasons for making the changes. Number one. The other thing about Kavita is we all know that there is a legal process. There is the ED is pursuing the case. She is appearing before that. All that is happening. There's nothing like, as I said in the beginning, BJP can ill afford to be a B team of any party. Just to give one example, I remember those days in Bihar elections. Everybody said that MIM is a B team of BJP. Now, when you actually look at where MIM won, they actually cut into our votes, and where our candidates were strong and fighting, MIM won. So this whole theory about B team, this team is all hogwash. And as a national party,
I think, Karuna, you could be factually wrong there. You could be factually wrong there, and I think Kartike will vouch for that. Especially the election in Bihar, the Simanchal belt there, and how the things changed with the entry of an OAC.
I'd love to know.
Very quick fact check by Karthik. Very quick fact check by Karthik.
I'll fact check, ma'am, on two things actually. The AIMIM dented the most in the Simanchal area, which is where the Muslim concentration is the highest, and they denied a victory to the Congress RJD combined. The second thing I want to correct her on, with all respect, is that Mr. Shiv Kumar did not say that the schemes can't be implemented because of lack of funds. He said that the development works can't be done because of lack of funds, because you have to implement the schemes in Karnataka. This is 4 months back. So on those two counts, I mean, she's a wonderful speaker, but I'm sure she has to deal with a lot. So these things can be lost in detail.
No. Anyway, I don't want to become another Rahula Reddy for you.
Karuna, we'll go one by one. I'm just spending a little time on these political parties, because then you will have the big picture coming in from people who are very neutral, who look at the situation, and they will tell you who stands where here. Vijay Grover ji, Sajjan Kumar Singh, they've all been waiting very patiently. And Anurag से भी मुझे जल्दी से ये पूछना है कि क्या चाहते हैं, कांग्रेस जीते या BRS जीते. लेकिन उससे पहले मिस्टर मेका, आपने अभी कुछ बोला भी नहीं है, लेकिन both the BRS and the BJP are attacking you. But Mr. Mecca, are you getting overconfident? Are you getting overconfident? I mean, how can you win a state that is the bastion of KCR? For a moment, just think about this. Just because you won Karnataka, you think that you can win Telangana?
No. See, Deepthi, good evening to all of you. So I think, Deepthi, first of all, to me and Mr. Reddy, you can excuse if our voices are strained and if we look tired. we are campaigning, by the way.
Yes.
So this is the only state which is still active. So we are campaigning. We are in the midst of it. That's fine. Okay. Now, coming to the point, see, we are not getting overconfident. And as a congressman, that's what I'm telling all the Congress people also. Keep your head low. Continue what you are supposed to do. Bring your manifesto to the people. Continue your stuff. Don't get overconfident. Don't get arrogant.
Good suggestion.
That's the mistake that BRS has done. The arrogance from the rank and file of BRS is visible to the people of Telangana. And now, earlier, I am telling you, the people were confused about who is the challenger for either to Mr. KCR or to the Prime Minister Modi. Suddenly, since the last 1 year, people realized that people of India saw Congress is the real challenger. Once the challenger is in place, the entire equation is changed. That's what is happening. But still, I urge my fellow congressmen and women, keep your head low, go about your work, don't get ahead of the game, just continue what you are doing. This is a new India, this is a new Congress. Adapt yourself to the new Congress. The Congress which wants the social justice to be at the center of political discourse, not the feudalistic Congress of old times. We are not. We are the new Congress who wants social justice at the center of political discourse. And that's what is happening. I think we are going to come to power in Telangana with a whopping majority. It's going to be a very surprise for many of you.
Okay.
And I have been watching elections since many decades. I know what's the pulse of the people, how things are turning out. I think in Telangana, I'm at least roaming around 3 constituencies, and I know what is happening on the ground. I'm telling you, take it from me, Congress is going to romp home in Telangana.
Okay, so you still believe that the Congress is a fair chance. You talk of social justice. It's interesting because, you know, then people will also say, Mr. Mecca, you had a lot of opportunities in Karnataka and elsewhere, but that did not happen. I know Revula wants to counter you right away, but Revula, please be patient because I have to get in Anurag who hasn't spoken, and I'm really interested to hear what Anurag has to say. Anurag ji, namaste. किसको चाहते हैं आप जीतेगा तेलंगाना? क्या कांग्रेस आपको लगता है जिससे मिस्टर मेका कहते हैं कि कांग्रेस की स्वीप, कांग्रेस का तूफान आने वाला है तेलंगाना में, तब आप क्या करेंगे?
राज्यों में चुनाव हुए, उसमें भारतीय जनता पार्टी।
नहीं अनुराग जी, आपको सुन नहीं पा रहे हैं।
नहीं, मेरी आवाज आ रही है आपको?
बोलिए बोलिए।
मैंने कहा कि पूरे हिंदुस्तान में जिन स्टेटों में अभी इलेक्शन हुआ है, ये तय मान के चलिए भारतीय जनता पार्टी साफ हो चुकी है। और खासकर तेलंगाना में तो बीजेपी का कुछ है भी नहीं, पता नहीं क्यों वहां इतनी मेहनत कर रहे हैं, क्या वजह है मुझे पता नहीं, लेकिन बीजेपी की आदत हो गई है वो
दोस्त के लिए।
नहीं अनुराग जी, सवाल बीजेपी का नहीं है ना, आप हर चीज में बीजेपी पे बात नहीं करिए। मुझे बताइए, एक तरफ है बीआरएस, एक तरफ है बीआरएस,
सुन तो लीजिए,
जिनसे अखिलेश केसीआर से मिलने जाते हैं इंडिया अलायंस की बैठक के बाद। दूसरे साइड है कांग्रेस। सर, आज भाजपा पे बात नहीं करनी है।
नहीं, भाजपा पे करनी है। देश में भाजपा की सरकार, आप कह रहे भाजपा पे बात नहीं करनी है। अरे भारतीय जनता पार्टी की वजह से देश में महंगाई बढ़ी हुई है, उसकी वजह से बेरोजगारी बढ़ी हुई है, किसानों पे अत्याचार है, महिलाओं पे अत्याचार है, महिलाओं को पार्लियामेंट के सामने घसीटा जा रहा है। आप कह रहे भारतीय जनता पार्टी की बात मत करो, तो किसकी बात करें भाई? आप बता दीजिए। आप जिसकी वजह से देश में परेशानी हो, जिसकी वजह से जनता परेशान हो, जिसकी वजह से लोगों की महंगाई से कमर टूटी, आप कह रहे उसकी बात ही मत करो। नहीं, कमाल की बात कर, जिसकी वजह से हेल्थ व्यवस्था चरमराई हुई हो, लोगों को हॉस्पिटल में बेड नहीं मिलते समय से, हॉस्पिटल नहीं बन रहे, तो आप कह रहे उनकी बात ही मत करो, तो किसकी बात करोगे भाई? बात तो बीजेपी की होगी ना। बीजेपी बताती है ना, इस देश के अंदर में झूठे सपने दिखाने वाली कौन सी पार्टी है? भारतीय जनता पार्टी। जो वादा करती है उसको पूरा नहीं करती, उसके बाद फिर नए वादा करती है, फिर उसको पूरा नहीं करती, फिर नए वादा करती है। समाज के असली मुद्दों से ध्यान भटकाने का काम भारतीय जनता पार्टी आप करते हो। भारतीय जनता पार्टी की बात मत करो। अरे भारतीय जनता पार्टी की वजह से पूरे हिंदुस्तान में नफरत की राजनीति फैली हुई है, आप करते हो। भारतीय जनता पार्टी की बात मत करो। भारतीय जनता पार्टी की वजह से पूरे हिंदुस्तान का विकास होगा, आप करते हो। भारतीय जनता पार्टी की बात मत करो, तो फिर किसकी बात करें बताओ? भारतीय जनता पार्टी के आने की वजह से पूरे हिंदुस्तान में जमीनी हकीकत पर चर्चा नहीं होती है, आप करें हिंदुस्तान की बात मत करो। नहीं, हमारी बात सुन लीजिए।
नहीं अनुराग जी, अब आप प्लीज यहाँ पे नेता
के खिलाफ
नहीं, यहाँ पर
साथ खड़ा है, वहाँ भारतीय
नहीं प्लीज
नेता पार्टी की बात मत करो। किस महिलाओं को किस?
अरे अनुराग जी, आप नेता हैं, लेकिन आम जनता ये जानना चाहती है कि समाजवादी पार्टी क्या चाहती है। क्या कांग्रेस तेलंगाना जीतेगी या बीआरएस जीतेगी?
कमाल की बात कर रहे हैं आप। मैं आपसे सीधी
नहीं, आप जवाब नहीं देंगे।
नहीं, जवाब दे रहा हूँ। देश जिससे परेशान है, देश किससे परेशान है? आपने कभी अपनी लाइफ में सुना कि जो देश के लिए मेडल जीत के लाती हैं हमारे देश की बेटियां, उनको 2-2 महीने धरना देना पड़ता है सिर्फ अपना न्याय पाने के लिए? जो देश के लिए मेडल जीत के आई हैं, नॉर्मल हो जो बेटियां होंगी, उनके साथ क्या हाल किया होगा?
अनुराग जी,
क्या
देखिए
हाल हुआ
मैंने
होगा?
आपसे
खुद
4 बार वही सवाल पूछा है,
भारतीय जनता पार्टी
5वीं बार पूछ रही हूँ।
किसकी बात करूं मैं यहाँ पे?
अगर आप देखिए, एक होता है, नहीं एक सुनिए ना, एक वर्ड होता है पास। आप ये बोल सकते हैं कि मेरे को इसका जवाब नहीं देना, पास। आप बोल दीजिए सवाल को पास करिए।
एक सीधा
आई डोंट वांट टू आंसर दिस।
एक बहुत सीधा सा बात होती है झूठ, और एक सीधी सी बात होती है उन्नति। जिस उन्नति को भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने देश में रोका है और जिस झूठ को फैलाया है और नफरत फैलाई देश के अंदर में, विकास की राजनीति तो की नहीं, और आप कह रहे हो भारतीय जनता पार्टी की बात मत करो।
अच्छा, आप तेलंगाना पे बात करेंगे आज अनुराग जी? तेलंगाना पे बात करेंगे?
चाहे तेलंगाना हो, चाहे मध्य प्रदेश हो, चाहे राजस्थान हो, चाहे छत्तीसगढ़ हो, भारतीय जनता पार्टी साफ हो चुकी है। ये मान के चलिए आप, भारतीय जनता पार्टी को कोई वोट नहीं देना चाहता,
वो साफ हो
किसी
रही
भी पार्टी को दे देगा।
ठीक है, लेकिन तेलंगाना कौन जीत रहा है? आप कहते हैं भाजपा साफ हो रही है, लेकिन तेलंगाना कौन जीत रहा है?
मैं कह रहा हूं भारतीय जनता पार्टी साफ हो रही है ना। मेरा देखिए सवाल ये नहीं है, सवाल ये है कि देश को कौन नुकसान पहुंचा रहा है आज की डेट में? सरकार भारतीय जनता पार्टी की है, तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सत्ता को हटाना जरूरी है। तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सत्ता के खिलाफ वोटिंग हो रही है, तो आप तय मान के चलिए बीजेपी कहीं नहीं जीतने वाली है। ये आप इसको आप मन से निकाल दीजिए कि बीजेपी नहीं जीतने वाली, तभी तो
पूरी कोशिश की आपने, पूरी कोशिश की कि आपके इन 5 सवालों के जवाब में कांग्रेस का नाम ना आए, ना केसीआर जी का नाम आए। डिपेंडिंग ऑन हु विंस द इलेक्शन, समाजवादी पार्टी मिस्टर मेका आगे डिसाइड करने वाली है। बट आई हैव टू गेट इन नाउ सज्जन कुमार सिंह एंड विजय ग्रोवर जी, who've been very patiently waiting. अनुराग,
एक सेकंड सुन लीजिए, एक सेकंड
हाँ बोलिए।
बीजेपी के प्रवक्ता आपकी डिबेट में नहीं आए हैं, उन्होंने हार मान ली है, इसीलिए देखिए प्रवक्ता भाग गए। मैं तो आपकी डिबेट
नहीं, मैं क्लैरिफाई कर दूं, मैं क्लैरिफाई कर दूं कि ऐसा नहीं है कि भाजपा के प्रवक्ता शो में नहीं आए,
इसीलिए नहीं आ रहे हैं।
नहीं तो ऐसा नहीं है अनुराग जी, फेक न्यूज नहीं चलेगी, रिपब्लिक पे फेक न्यूज नहीं चलती है। अनुराग जी रुकिए, आप देखिए यही तो दिक्कत है। आप कांग्रेस के सवाल पे जवाब नहीं देना चाहते, तो आप भाजपा को अटैक कर रहे हैं। ठीक है, बट सज्जन कुमार सिंह एंड विजय ग्रोवर जी एंड देन कार्तिकेय बत्रा, ठीक है अनुराग जी, मैं आपकी मुश्किल समझती हूँ, विजय जी
मुश्किल समझ गया कि आप
isn't this the real problem?
मैंने बीजेपी पे जवाब नहीं सुनना चाहती।
अरे मेरी क्या मुश्किल है, मैं तो सबसे सवाल पूछूंगी ना।
क्या बीजेपी
मेरी कोई मुश्किल ही नहीं है,
बात करने लग गए? अरे
नहीं, मेरी तो कोई मुश्किल ही नहीं अनुराग जी, यही तो बेस्ट पार्ट है।
हम कुछ बोलते हैं,
जर्नलिस्ट होने का ये बेस्ट पार्ट है, आप सबसे सवाल पूछ सकते हैं।
सुन रहे थे, सवाल तो यही है, और ये देश देख रहा है कि मैंने देश के मुद्दों पे बात की है।
अनुराग जी, आप सवाल का जवाब नहीं देते हैं।
अरे सवाल
का जवाब नहीं देते हैं।
कौन जीतेगा?
विजय ग्रोवर जी,
पार्टी हारेगी।
अब रुकिए ना अनुराग जी रुकिए, सबको सुनते हैं फिर आऊंगी आपके पास। विजय सर, isn't this the real problem? Parties like the SP, perhaps the JDU, the RJD, the AAP today are closely watching what's going to happen in Telangana, because just in case the Congress wins this election, this is going to be the first time they defeat any regional party, and this could just change the dynamics of 2024. And even if the Congress loses, you could have a very, very weak Congress there.
Well, see, the dilemma which Anurag is just, facing is what most of the regional parties are facing, and that is a crisis, because they're still not sure as to what is going to be after 24th of December, which side they will have to think. But as far as this particular election is concerned, let me tell you, Telangana has a very special focus now for the simple reason, because let's talk about the BJP, for the simple reason. When in 2008, the BJP made its southern entry into Karnataka, it was expecting that it could get one more state. It tried Kerala, it failed miserably. It tried Tamil Nadu, an alliance, it did not work at all. The only state where it now is hoping that it could make some inroads is in Telangana, where it could make some presence felt. And last 15 years, it is spent, trying to develop its base over there. But the important thing now is the way the BJP campaign has lost steam in Telangana is one thing is very clear, that the politics of hate and the divisiveness that works in the north of India does not work in the south. And that is something that the BJP is realizing now during this campaign, that it is not catching on. It is not catching the pulse. Maybe Yogi Adityanath comes, makes speeches and goes. But the people of Telangana are very, very, homogeneous in nature, and they will not fall into the trap of, the clashes and the divides that is being trying to spread out. In Karnataka, I will tell another political development which has happened now, that the resurfacing of Yediyurappa and his son in the mainstream politics clearly shows that the politics of fate did not work. The soft Hindutva which Yediyurappa has been practicing and preaching in the past is what is now bringing back to the limelight, and the BJP acknowledges that. Unfortunately, in Telangana, except for people like Raja Singh, it did not have any other leader who could speak of soft Hindutva. It could only get, firebrand leaders, but they did not cut ties. So this is where the BJP this time around will have to wait it out. And that's something where, they may stick around the 6-7% vote share that they have. But clearly, one aspect, and why I'm saying BJP is crucial over here, it will try to stop the Congress from coming to power, because the messaging that will go from Telangana, if the Congress comes to power, is that, the India alliance could be recharged and, the thing. So they might tacitly shift the vote in favor of BRS, or, have some indirect understanding to keep the Congress out. But clearly, the BJP's game plan at the moment may be around to ensure that the Congress does not win at any cost, because the messaging of this could go very wrong all over the country. And if need be, they would, try to have some kind of an alliance with the BRS if need be, because what I have gathered during my travel in Telangana is the BJP is not even looking at double-digit seats at the moment.
I think it's an interesting take, but Sajjan Kumar, I want you to opine on another factor. Till now we are talking of the fact whether what happens in case the Congress is able to win this, state of Telangana, as many surveys are projecting. But what about the other scenario? In case you have KCR, who's able to retain the state of Telangana, he clearly becomes more powerful, a very, very powerful regional satrap. There is a reason, Sajjan, why he changed his party's name from the TRS to the BRS. He went national. He had a lot of national ambitions. Akhilesh Yadav in touch with KCR. Nitish Kumar in touch with him. We remember those images of KCR going to Patna. And then, that brief lull where the Congress started to gain a lot of momentum, as people said. But in case KCR wins, could there be a third front? I mean, what could we see happening in 2024, Sajjan?
See, if BSR wins, certainly it would be a huge blow to the perception advantage that Congress is trying to get or gain after the Bharat Jodo Yatra, and also wants to project itself as having more leverage within the India alliance that is there. So if BRS wins mandate, there are certain factors. One, after 1980, it will be the first time that in South, a party would be winning a third time in consecutive. Two, if BRS wins, certainly from TRS Telangana to Bharat Rashtra Committee, so there is ambition. So he will certainly trying to frustrate the Congress attempt to make 2024 a two-way process between the Congress-led India Alliance and NDA that is there. And three, also mandate, the very perception advantage that Congress could have gained after Karnataka winning another kind of state, that would be frustrated. Fourth, also mandate, BRS story is also important for Telangana, because I've been hearing and getting to know about many surveys giving different pictures. And for the last 3-4 months, suddenly Congress narrative also emerged as a very potent narrative. And one of the reasons, we do not know at this moment if for every party, rest of the parties are the B team of each other. So for BJP and Congress are the B team, and for Congress, all others are B team. So that way, this is a competitive B team. Which B team is authentic B team is yet to be determined. But one thing is there. In the last 1.5 months, Congress had, gained some traction. And one of the reasons is that it also got some of the help by the blunders that BJP committed. One was changing Bandi Sanjay Kumar, a very charismatic leader who was having some momentum. Two, kind of replacing him with a lackluster leader like Kishan Reddy, whatever be the compulsion. Three, Prime Minister Modi's kind of pronouncement that KCR wanted to join NDA alliance and he snubbed it. All these sort of things gave some sort of a fight, made it tougher for the BRS. what is happening at this point of time, that if BSR manages to win this election at all, and mind it, BSR very much is in the game contrary to all the perception. Because if you see Telangana, it's which region you are talking into and which section of the people you are talking. So if you talk into the Hyderabad region, if you take a radius of 50 kilometers from Hyderabad, then you'll find that BSR is still dominating the political narrative. But as you move towards those areas which are towards Andhra, that is Kurnool Road, or towards Khammam, Warangal, etc., then you find that Congress is having the edge. But as you move towards typical Telangana regions, like when I say typical means which is towards Maharashtra and Chhattisgarh, North Telangana region, Nizamabad, etc., then you find that therein you have a neck-to-neck competition. Among the social section, you will find that if you talk to the students and a section of the youths in tier 2, tier 3 towns, you'll find there is some sort of anger and dissatisfaction. But one thing you find that you talk to the what we call it the enabling factor, the IT sector, and every district has IT park, and KCR's son KTR is one of the most fascinating. You can see Chandrababu Naidu of 1990s multiplied 5 times more. So what I am saying that if BRS wins this time, mind it, the possibility of having a third front led by a regional satraps would be very much alive, and at least in different sections. And all the narrative about, yes, Congress has made a huge comeback, that is there for sure, but the kind of narrative that is being weaved, that it's a tsunami, all sort of thing, by a section of civil society certainly who want India Alliance post Bharat Jodo Yatra to be led by Congress, and Congress led by Rahul Gandhi, that is there. But if BRS wins, mind it, it is going to give a big blow to the entire India Alliance experiment in the run-up to 2024. And therefore, for Congress, it is kind of something which is needed more for the national perspective. And for BRS, it is needed for the existence. Because if BRS passes this test of winning Telangana consecutively for the third time, mind it, it is going to entrench into the state for a long haul. If it loses at all, and I cannot say because at this moment it's very close and it is very much into the game, kind of, then mind it, Congress after Karnataka winning Telangana.
Sajjan has kind of opened up different layers into this story, and Mr. Meka and Mr. Reddy both want to respond to you. But I have to get in Karthikeya quickly, and then we'll leave the last 5 minutes to just an open house with everyone. But Karthikeya, another significant factor we haven't touched about is the minority votes. Somewhere there is that unease in a lot of political parties who quote unquote call themselves secular, but then they are vying for a particular vote bank. Now, could the Telangana elections be able to set a template also for the minority vote bank? Because, a party has created a perception saying that all the minorities ensured that we won the election in Karnataka. Could that be repeated in Telangana? And is that really possible then to emulate on a national scale?
You pose to Sajjan Bhai, and I'm sure he won't mind if I sort of...
Yes.
I'm sure he won't mind if I disagree with him on 2 points.
Yes, we can hear you.
No, I'm saying that I'm going to answer the question that you asked Sajjan, and I'm sure Sajjan Bhai won't mind if I partially disagree with him. I think, Deepthi, that when the results come out, Telangana will not be seen in isolation vis-a-vis the India Alliance. The totality of the results will be seen together, and that is how the players will make their next move. I think we are placing too much emphasis on one election when we make a statement such as that this result will, do X, Y, Z. So I'm sure Sajjan Bhai also will acknowledge that. The other thing that I want to say is, VP, that Telangana was never an election that the Congress thought it would win until, say, 2 months back, even in public perception. Internally, they might have known. But in public perception or even within the India Alliance, I don't think there was ever this sense that we thought the Congress would give a good fight. But if Telangana is won, that will be the proverbial icing on the cake. The main competitions that you entered into this round, which have major implications for 2024 vis-a-vis the BJP, were the North Indian states. So Telangana, when the Congress started rising, the Congress sensed that here we have another opportunity of making an even stronger statement, which is that not only can we beat the BJP, we can also beat a regional party. So I think that if the Congress loses its baseline, if it enhances its performance, good. If the Congress wins, a disproportionate jump in its perception could be seen. And plus the resources that a state like Telangana brings. So the other thing is, we see that even if the Congress does badly in this election, when I say badly, I mean it stops at say 40 out of 119. Why I disagree with Sajjan Bhai that, a third front could be created is that I think the Congress will pose a very strong threat to BRS in the national election. At this point, the party to be beaten in the Telangana, as you can see, is the Congress because they're on the surge. The BRS has a very strong base from 2019. But if you see the BRS, the BJP, the MIM, all interested in beating the Congress, which means the Congress has whipped up enough interest that even if they don't do well now, in the national election, by virtue of being a national party, their chances could go up, which might keep KCR on his toes anyway. So I think that one has to take things in perspective, and a certain sense of proportionality needs to be factored in when we're considering 1 out of the 5 states going into election. Okay. And then the last question that you asked was the minority vote. Okay. I think again, a lot of this will, unravel once the 5 results come in on the 3rd of December. And then I think a lot of these things will pan out. I think your question is relevant, but every state has its own arithmetic. Let's take the case of UP. I'll take just 5 more seconds, 10 more seconds. Same Mr. Akhilesh Yadav says the Congress I'm not allowing in because, the Congress will eat up my minority vote. So no alliance in UP. Now imagine the Congress feels like 40-50 candidates. Okay. The minority vote will get split. So that's not in the interest of the SP also. So how these dynamics will play out will depend on how these 5 results come out. It is obviously a Hobson's choice. The Congress becomes too strong. They become too cocky about it. That's the problem. The Congress becomes too weak. They become too much of a liability for the India Alliance. So what is that sweet spot that lets the India Alliance move forward? We don't know. And let's see what the people have in store for us in terms of their verdict on December the 3rd.
Okay. So I just have the last couple of minutes. We'll take the closing comments from everyone. And Mr. Mecca, you can relax, take a deep breath because Anurag Bhadoria for the moment has left the show. I do understand that there is going to be a problem then, Mr. Mecca, because the Congress's this big brother attitude is a real problem. We've seen a trailer in Madhya Pradesh, Akhilesh Vakhilesh, Mr. Mecca. And you spoke about social justice, but the Congress takes this up issue nationally. But in Telangana, you're foregrounding this because the Reddys are in the forefront of this campaign. So you are also not being honest to the entire cause, Mr. Mecca.
No. See, Deepthi, very simple thing is, see, we are fighting this election
30 seconds.
with BRS as far as Telangana is concerned. And people also know, either win or lose, right after this election, BRS is going to go and hug their friend NDA. Because their friends already, JDS is already there in NDA. People have seen through that. Okay, forget about that. Now, so this election, as the speaker before me has said, it is important for Congress to wrest a state from a regional party. That sends a huge message. And as I said, Congress is a new Congress which is trying to make social justice as the center of the political discourse. Yes, we are fighting that battle within Congress also.
Okay.
I'm not shying away from it. We are fighting that battle. We will win that battle.
Interesting. And you also did say, Mr. Mecca, the feudal Congress of the past. So that's an admission. The Congress is willing to course correct Mr. Revula Reddy, but...
Exactly. Yeah.
What would happen? Have you thought
Congress,
about the situation in case the BRS loses the state of Telangana to the Congress?
But we are at least making an effort to fight it.
Okay. Mr. Reddy, Mr. Reddy Rao, 30 seconds. 30 seconds, yes.
Very clear. They are going to win Telangana. And what will happen after winning the Telangana state? We will wait and see. Keep guessing. But on 3rd, it's BRS all over the state and BRS all the way. And our CM candidate, last CM is
then KCR forming a third front, sir, yes or no?
Who is Congress CM face? What is their guarantee that they talk about? So people of Telangana are not going to believe.
But the BJP says you are a परिवारवाद party. सब कुछ परिवार में ही है ना?
यार राहुल गांधी आके बोलेंगे हमको परिवारवाद पार्टी या कोई बोलने के लिए भी थोड़ा बहुत रहना है।
अच्छा, राहुल गांधी को छोड़िए, बीजेपी आपको कहती है परिवारवाद पार्टी है।
ठीक है, हम भी बोलेंगे अमित शाह जी आपका जो बेटा है कभी क्रिकेट खेला नहीं है, बीसीसीआई प्रेसिडेंट बन गया है, तो परिवारवाद किसका है? वेद प्रकाश गोयल है, पीयूष गोयल है, येडियुरप्पा है, राघवेंद्र येडियुरप्पा है, तो बोलना शुरू करूं क्या मैं पूरा रात भर बोलूंगा जितने भी नाम मैं जानता हूं। तो ये परिवारवाद,
नहीं एनर्जी बचाइए। रेवुला रेड्डी, अभी कैंपेन चालू है सर।
दीप्ति जी,
I mean, I think your energy is required for your campaign. But good. Let me get in Karuna. Karuna quickly. 30 seconds.
Final word.
What is the BJP's fate?
People might say anything, but Telangana is of BRS.
Okay.
You need to understand this.
Karuna,
I'll speak if I'm allowed to speak.
Karuna, I mean, is the BRS a bigger enemy, Karuna, or the Congress is a bigger enemy in Telangana?
Look, we basically believe both the parties have not done justice and have not delivered on their promises. So we will fight them with equal vigor. And how can you predict anything? In 2018, they were gloating, we just got one, but the MP elections, we ended up getting 20% of the vote share. Then in the municipal corporation election, we almost got 50%.
So the BJP says there is still hope.
So I'm saying,
Vijay sir, 30 seconds to you, sir. 30 seconds to Vijay Grover.
Well, see, Deepthi, one thing very interesting in this election, and you raised the Muslim vote factor. I spoke to a lot of young Muslims in Hyderabad, and one of the things that they said, MIM stands exposed. A party which goes and contests, 100 seats, 200 seats in Bihar and Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, and all these states. But here it limits itself to only 9 seats. So clearly it shows that it is, trying to only help the BRS. Why is it that the AMIM did not move beyond Hyderabad after all the kind of investment that is done in the rest of the country? And that is something where it stands exposed.
Yes,
because it's
that's
put up
an
a candidate
question.
against
Sajjan,
Azharuddin
your
also.
30 seconds.
So clearly
Sajjan,
that could be something which could be a very crucial element.
Yeah. See,
Sajjan,
I mean,
30
Telangana is. Yeah, Telangana signifies, the future of the regional party who are neither formally aligned with Congress or BJP, and therefore BRS win certainly will keep the possibility of a regional or third front alive. Whether how potent that will be, but it changes, it forces the binary between the India and the NDA alliance, and therefore that sort of a potential will be there. And for Congress, if it manages to come back, it would be a huge momentum. But mind it, I'm saying it again, the game is not over in Telangana. BRS is very much a factor, kind of, particularly into the metropolitan area. OSA is still a factor in the 7 seats, So contrary to the perception, it's all about, we are talking about the rural areas where the Raitu Bandhu's impact may have diminished.
10 seconds only, Karthike, to you. Okay. Karthike, 10 seconds before we close.
No, so I think Sajjan Bhai is absolutely right. I think the euphoria of a rising party is always very noisy. Let's not get carried away. I think the Congress leader, when he said that put your heads down, keep working, I think it's a brilliant statement. That's exactly what they need to do. And I'm glad that there's a keen contest in Telangana. Deepthi, what I'm also glad about is just the nature of this civilized debate amongst the politicians. I think they need to be congratulated for that.
5 seconds to me.
Okay, fascinating debate. Mr. Reddy, no time at all, but we'll keep our focus on the Telangana elections. Good to see him smiling now and all re-energized, like Mr. Mecca. Thank you to Karuna and all gentlemen for joining us. Quickly heading into a break. On the other side, back with lots more.
Powered by Motorola, India's best 5G smartphone brand. PolicyBazaar.com. हर family होगी insured.
What you're missing on the inside is waiting for you out there. Find the missing piece of your puzzle. Write the missing part of your story. The new Safari. Reclaim your life.
4 walls don't make a home. A home is made with your loved ones and their dreams. All we do is stand by you. After all, it is you who turns a house into a home. SBI Home Loans, always a friend in your journey of making a house a home.
अरे क्या मैडम, कब से घंटी बजा रहा हूँ। मैडम जल्दी हाथ साफ करो ना, मेरे को लेट हो रहा है।
1 मिनट।
वाह, पिन नहीं लगा?
छोटी पेमेंट्स के लिए पिन नहीं लगता।
अच्छा है।
No pin for small payments.
अब लेट नहीं हो रहा?
On PhonePe UPI Lite.
Let's raise a glass to the milkman of India, Dr. Verghese Kurian.
The boldly stylish and comfortable Honda Elevate. You're the chase.
पहले मैं जिद्दी थी, अब आप अड़ जाते हो। पहले मैं अपने मन की करती थी, अब आप अपनी चलाते हो। पहले मैं नहीं समझती थी, अब आप वक्त लगाते हो। नजरें चाहे हों दो, है सपना एक ही हमारा।
सपने आपके, लैमिनेट्स हमारा। अमेजिंग स्पेसेस के लिए ड्रीम लैम लैमिनेट्स। कुछ मेरा, कुछ तुम्हारा।
From satellites to semiconductors, India is on an economic growth highway. Join us at the India Economic Summit, Sustaining the Dream Run, on 5th December in New Delhi.
India Alliance continues Panauti campaign. TMC leader says Tejas might crash since Prime Minister Modi has taken sortie on it.
उत्तर प्रदेश